You can't be hurt by anything with this mindset. Buddhism. The power of inner peace. Do you ever find yourself longing for a state of mind so resilient that no challenge, loss, or criticism can shake you? Imagine walking through life's storms with a sense of calm, grace, and unwavering confidence. This might sound like an unattainable ideal, but with practice and perspective, it is within your reach. Drawing inspiration from Buddhist teachings, Stoicism, and modern psychology, this guide explores how to cultivate an untouchable mindset that empowers you to thrive, regardless of external circumstances. Let's embark on this journey with a fresh perspective, practical tools, and personal reflections to illuminate the path toward resilience and peace. Along the way, you will encounter timeless wisdom and actionable strategies to reshape your thoughts, emotions, and responses to life's challenges. By the end, you'll discover a new way to approach life's ups and downs with unshakable clarity and strength. Chapter 1. The nature of attachment. Attachments often arise from our deep-rooted desire for security and control in an impermanent world. We seek comfort in people, possessions, and outcomes, believing they can shield us from uncertainty. However, this need for security often backfires, creating emotional dependency and vulnerability. For instance, in relationships, we may fear abandonment or loss, clinging tightly to our loved ones, often at the expense of our emotional well-being. Similarly, material possessions, while providing temporary satisfaction, can become burdens when we associate them with our identity or self-worth. Attachments to outcomes, like career goals or personal achievements, can also lead to intense stress and anxiety when reality diverges from our expectations. Buddhism likens attachment to grasping sand. The harder you hold on, the more it slips through your fingers. This analogy teaches us that attachment is not only futile, but also a source of suffering, as we resist the natural ebb and flow of life, letting go without losing connection. Detachment is not about renouncing relationships, goals, or possessions, but about engaging with them in a healthier way. It's a shift in mindset, from control to acceptance, from fear to trust. In relationships, detachment involves loving without clinging. It's about valuing your connections, but not becoming dependent on them for your happiness. By fostering a sense of individuality and self-worth, you can maintain meaningful relationships without fear of losing them. In goals, detachment doesn't mean abandoning ambition, but approaching goals with flexibility. Pursue them with passion, but accept setbacks as part of the journey. When you detach from rigid expectations, failures become lessons rather than personal defeats. In change, embracing impermanence is key. Life is fluid, and detachment allows you to flow with its changes instead of resisting them. This adaptability creates resilience and emotional freedom. Through detachment, we can enjoy life's experiences without being enslaved by them. It enables us to care deeply yet maintain inner peace, a balance that is essential for true freedom. Practical exercises for detachment. Cultivating detachment requires consistent practice. Here are some exercises to incorporate into your daily life. In mindfulness practice, mindfulness helps you become aware of your attachments and how they affect your emotional state. When overwhelmed, pause and observe your feelings without judgment. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that no longer serves me? A daily reflection, at the end of each day, identify an attachment that caused stress or discomfort. Reflect on its impermanence and visualize yourself loosening your grip. This mental exercise can gradually rewire your mindset toward acceptance. A gratitude journaling. Shift your focus from what you fear losing to what you have in the present. By cultivating gratitude, you reduce the tendency to cling to possessions, outcomes, or relationships as sources of happiness. In meditation on impermanence, spend a few minutes each day contemplating the transient nature of life. Reflect on how everything, relationships, achievements, even challenges, comes and goes. This practice fosters a sense of peace and acceptance. Chapter 2. The role of pain in personal development. Pain, as an inevitable part of life, is not an enemy we need to avoid. Instead, it is a silent teacher, guiding us through journeys of self-discovery and growth. Consider the image of a seed. To sprout and grow into a strong tree, it must endure the pressure and darkness of the soil. Similarly, the challenges we face in life teach us patience, build resilience, and expand our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In Buddhism, pain is not merely an unpleasant sensation, but an opportunity to practice letting go, accepting impermanence, and finding meaning in suffering. Likewise, Stoicism emphasizes that challenges are not inherently negative. Instead, how we respond to pain determines what it becomes, an obstacle or a stepping stone to growth. Reframing the perception of pain. When facing adversity, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift to, "What is this trying to teach me?" This simple change in perspective can transform obstacles into stepping stones. For example, losing a relationship might teach you the value of self-love and building self-esteem. Failing at work can become an opportunity to improve your skills or discover a new path that aligns more closely with your true self. Moments that feel like dead ends are often the beginnings of new, deeper, and more meaningful journeys. Remember, pain, when approached with courage and acceptance, not only teaches us valuable lessons, but also helps us appreciate the simple joys in life. Practical strategies for embracing and facing pain. To transform pain into a catalyst for growth, we must practice specific strategies that allow us to approach it with an open mind. Journaling. Write about the challenges you are facing and try to identify at least one positive aspect of them. This process not only helps you release emotions, but also encourages you to find meaning behind the difficulties. A mindful observation. When you feel pain, do not resist it. Observe the sensation, notice how it changes, and pay attention to what it reveals. You will realize that pain is not a fixed state, but a constantly shifting flow. Seek lessons. Spend time reflecting on past hardships and how they have shaped your growth. Lessons from the past can guide you in the present, helping you face challenges with greater confidence. Practice gratitude. Even in the face of suffering, focus on the good things you still have. Gratitude helps balance your emotions and reduces the negativity that comes with adversity. Pain and the journey of self-discovery, a personal perspective. During a period of significant loss, I felt as though everything was working against me. Sadness and despair seemed to overshadow every aspect of life. But instead of avoiding my emotions, I chose to confront them through journaling and mindfulness. As I wrote about my feelings, I realized that pain was not the end but a transition. It taught me patience and resilience, qualities I never thought I possessed. I discovered that beneath every painful experience lies an opportunity to build a better version of ourselves, turning pain into strength. View pain as a catalyst for growth, not as a hindrance. It is an essential part of the human journey, reminding us that every fall carries a valuable lesson. While we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. And it is in the moments of greatest difficulty that we find the true strength to transform ourselves and the world around us. Chapter 3. The Power of Words. The words we use in our internal dialogue wield immense power over how we perceive ourselves and our abilities. When negative phrases like, "I'm not good enough," or "I always mess up," dominate our thoughts, they create a cycle of self-doubt and fear that can significantly hinder our potential. This internal dialogue acts like a lens through which we interpret our experiences. If the lens is clouded with negativity, our outlook becomes limited and self-defeating. To reclaim your inner dialogue, it's essential to become mindful of these negative thought patterns and actively replace them with positive affirmations. The transformation lies in shifting from a mindset of scarcity and inadequacy to one of abundance and possibility. By consistently affirming statements such as, "I am capable," "I am resilient," or "I can grow from this experience," you begin to reshape your perception of yourself Cultivating a mindset that is unshakable in the face of challenges. Mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is a foundational practice for reclaiming your internal narrative. It creates a space for observing your thoughts without judgment, allowing you to see the patterns that often go unnoticed. When a negative thought arises, instead of fighting it or allowing it to spiral, acknowledge its presence and recognize that it is just a thought, not a reflection of your true self. Over time, this practice builds mental awareness and emotional resilience. It empowers you to take a step back, detach from negative narratives, and consciously choose words that uplift rather than undermine your confidence. Mindfulness meditation is not about eliminating negative thoughts altogether, but learning to coexist with them in a way that they no longer control your emotional state. Building a positive inner dialogue. Creating a strong, positive inner dialogue involves developing habits that reinforce self-compassion, gratitude, and self-belief. Affirmations. Affirmations are a powerful tool to reprogram the subconscious mind. Write down a set of affirmations that truly resonate with your goals and values. Make it a daily practice to repeat these affirmations, especially during challenging times. For example, I am deserving of success, or every challenge I face is an opportunity for growth. Over time, these words become ingrained in your psyche, creating a supportive and nurturing internal environment. A visualization. Visualization is a complementary practice to affirmations. It involves imagining yourself navigating through difficulties with confidence, resilience, and grace. See yourself overcoming obstacles, achieving your goals, and responding to setbacks with strength. This mental rehearsal not only boosts your confidence, but also prepares your mind for real-life situations, making it easier to maintain a positive attitude in the face of adversity. A gratitude practice. Regularly practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It fosters appreciation for your strengths, achievements, and the support around you. By recognizing your progress, even in small steps, you reinforce the belief that you are capable and worthy. This creates a positive feedback loop that strengthens your internal dialogue and enhances your overall sense of well-being. Chapter 4. Finding meaning in adversity. The principle of amor fati emphasizes that life does not happen to us, but for us. Every challenge, failure, or loss carries a profound lesson, waiting to be uncovered. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift your mindset to, "What can I learn from this?" This change in perspective helps you break free from the cycle of frustration and resentment. Think of adversity as an essential part of growth, just as metal becomes stronger when forged in fire. Challenges do not weaken you, they shape you, preparing you for greater responsibilities and opportunities in the future. Practical steps to practice amor fati. To truly love your fate in all circumstances, we can adopt practices that help train our mind and emotions. A gratitude lists. In any difficult situation, take time to list the things you are still grateful for. For example, support from family, your health, or the lessons you are learning. Practicing gratitude not only shifts your emotional state, but also enhances your ability to find positivity in every situation. A reframing language. Words have immense power in shaping our mindset. Instead of saying, "This is unfair," replace it with, "This is shaping me." This positive use of language helps you perceive adversity as an opportunity for growth rather than an obstacle. In meditation and reflection, spend time reflecting on the challenges you've overcome in the past and how they have shaped you into who you are today. Meditation helps you calm your mind and view situations more objectively. When you realize that everything happens for a reason, it becomes easier to face difficulties with a sense of purpose. The power of loving your fate. Practicing amor fati does not mean passively accepting everything without action. Instead, it encourages you to embrace every aspect of life with a positive attitude and the belief that everything happens for a reason. When facing adversity, remember, every challenge is an opportunity to uncover hidden strengths within yourself. For example, a career failure may serve as a reminder to reconnect with your core values or explore a more suitable path. Imagine life as a book. Each page contributes to your story. The most difficult chapters often contain the most valuable lessons. Loving your fate means not only appreciating the easy parts of your story, but also cherishing the rough roads, as they are what make your journey truly unique. Chapter 5. Emotional Control as a Superpower. Recognizing emotional triggers. Emotional control begins with self-awareness. Understanding what triggers strong emotional reactions allows you to take charge of how you respond to them. Pay attention to moments when your emotions feel overwhelming, whether it's frustration, anger, sadness, or even excitement. Reflect on the underlying causes. Is it rooted in fear, unmet expectations, past experiences, or a need for validation? By identifying these triggers, you gain the ability to predict and prepare for situations that may destabilize your emotional state. This awareness transforms your emotions from something that happens to you into something you can navigate intentionally. Techniques for emotional regulation. To build emotional control, practice strategies that help you regulate your feelings in the moment and long term. At breathwork, your breath is a direct line to your nervous system. When emotions run high, intentional breathing can help you regain equilibrium. A simple technique is the 4-7-8 method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale slowly for 8 seconds. This calms your nervous system, reduces stress, and allows you to think clearly before reacting. At cognitive reframing, perspective shapes your emotional response. When faced with a challenging situation, ask yourself, is there another way to view this? Instead of seeing a difficult conversation as an attack, view it as an opportunity for growth. This shift in perception not only reduces emotional intensity, but also helps you approach problems with a clearer mind and more constructive attitude. Acceptance. Not all situations can be controlled or changed, but your attitude towards them can be. Acceptance involves embracing the things you cannot control with grace. This doesn't mean passivity. It means choosing peace over resistance. When you stop fighting reality, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and focus on what you can influence. In mindfulness practice, incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine allows you to build emotional resilience over time. Spend a few minutes each day observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This helps you detach from emotional reactions and respond with greater clarity and intentionality. Strengthening inner peace. The ultimate goal of emotional control is not to suppress your feelings, but to master how you respond to them. Emotional control allows you to preserve your inner peace, even in the face of turmoil. It's about creating space between stimulus and response, where you have the power to choose your reaction instead of being a slave to it. For example, when someone criticizes you, your initial reaction might be defensiveness or anger. However, by pausing, breathing, and reflecting, you can choose to respond with understanding or detachment, maintaining both your composure and dignity. Chapter 6. The Art of Focusing on What You Can Control. The Circle of Control. At the heart of mastering life's challenges is recognizing the boundaries of control. The Circle of Control framework helps clarify this distinction. Within this circle lies everything you can influence: your thoughts, emotions, actions, and attitudes. Outside it are factors you cannot control: other people's decisions, unexpected events, or societal trends. When we attempt to control the uncontrollable, we waste energy and increase our frustration. Redirecting this energy toward areas within our influence, like self-improvement, building habits, or maintaining a positive outlook, empowers us to live more intentionally and with less stress. The key is not to change what happens, but to master how we engage with it. Techniques to refocus your energy. To make focusing on what you can control a consistent habit, incorporate these practical exercises into your daily life. In mindfulness practice, practicing mindfulness trains your brain to stay in the present, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes each day to mindfulness exercises, such as observing your breath or tuning into the sensations in your body. This helps ground you in what you can act on right now rather than fixating on what is out of reach. A control checklist. When you feel overwhelmed, create a 2-column list. On one side, write down what is outside your control, external events, other people's behaviors, and outcomes. On the other side, write what you can influence, your responses, communication, and effort. This exercise brings clarity, reduces mental clutter, and focuses your energy where it will have the most impact. A daily intentions. Start your day by setting a realistic goal tied to your circle of control. For example, instead of aiming to win everyone's approval, focus on expressing my ideas clearly and respectfully. Shifting your mindset this way fosters a sense of accomplishment and detachment from external validation. A reframing language. How you talk to yourself shapes your perception. Replace self-defeating phrases like, "Why is this happening to me?" with empowering ones such as, "What can I do about this?" or "How is this helping me grow?" This mental shift allows you to approach challenges with a constructive perspective. A gratitude for control. Reflect on the aspects of your life you can influence and be grateful for them. Whether it's your ability to choose your words, dedicate time to a hobby, or maintain your health, acknowledging these areas reinforces the power you already hold. Chapter 7. Building an Unshakable Identity. Defining yourself from within. An unshakable identity is built on a foundation of internal values, self-awareness, and self-acceptance. To achieve this, it's essential to detach your sense of worth from external markers such as job titles, social status, wealth, or the approval of others. While these external factors may bring temporary validation, they are inherently fleeting and vulnerable to change. Instead, true resilience comes from anchoring your identity to intrinsic qualities, your character, principles, and values. Reflect on what truly matters to you. What kind of person do you want to be? What values guide your decisions? By defining yourself from within, you create a stable core that remains intact even when external circumstances shift. For example, rather than identifying as successful based on career achievements, focus on qualities like integrity, kindness, or perseverance. These traits, unlike external labels, are fully within your control and endure regardless of life's uncertainties. Practices for strengthening identity. Strengthening your identity requires intentional practices that reinforce your connection to your inner self. Here are key strategies to build and solidify an unshakable sense of who you are. The personal affirmations. Daily affirmations are a powerful tool for reinforcing your core beliefs and values. Write down affirmations that resonate with your authentic self, such as, "I am guided by integrity," "I am worthy as I am," or "I have the courage to stay true to my values." Repeat these affirmations each morning to set a positive tone for the day. Over time, these statements become ingrained in your mindset, fortifying your identity against external pressures. Set boundaries. Your identity is reflected in how you protect your values and mental well-being. Setting boundaries means saying no to people, tasks, or commitments that conflict with your core principles. For example, if honesty is a key value, you might decline to participate in activities that compromise your integrity, even if they offer short-term benefits. This practice reinforces your commitment to yourself and strengthens your sense of self-respect. Journaling for self-awareness. Journaling is an effective way to deepen your self-awareness. Take time each day to reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Ask yourself questions like, "What did I do today that aligns with my values?" Or, "Where did I stray from my authentic self? And why?" This reflective process helps you recognize patterns and stay aligned with your true identity. Embrace growth over perfection. Building an unshakable identity doesn't mean being rigid or unchanging. Instead, it's about staying true to your core values while allowing room for growth and self-improvement. Accept that you will make mistakes, but view them as opportunities to learn and evolve. Resilience comes not from being flawless, but from consistently returning to your authentic self after setbacks. Surround yourself with supportive people. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your identity. Seek out relationships with people who respect your values and encourage your growth. Avoid those who try to manipulate or define you based on their expectations. A supportive community reinforces your confidence and helps you stay grounded. The impact of an unshakable identity. When your identity is rooted in internal values, you become less vulnerable to external pressures and criticism. For instance, if someone questions your choices or challenges your beliefs, you can respond with calm confidence because you know who you are and what you stand for. This clarity reduces the need for constant validation and empowers you to navigate life with resilience. An unshakable identity also provides a sense of purpose. By aligning your actions with your values, you create a life that feels meaningful and authentic. This alignment fosters inner peace, as you no longer feel the need to chase societal expectations or conform to external standards. Conclusion: becoming untouchable. Developing an untouchable mindset is not about avoiding challenges, but embracing them with resilience and wisdom. By practicing detachment, reframing pain, and focusing on what you can control, you empower yourself to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and strength. This journey requires patience, consistency, and a commitment to personal growth. But the rewards, inner peace, confidence, and freedom, are immeasurable.